This is Beyond the Truth.
What's up, everybody? This is the good Brother Sin coming at you here with the first Beyond the Truth of the new year, 2018. And we ended the year talking about impacting change in your own life and pushing that forward into other people's lives and just seeking change and growth on all levels. Emotionally, spiritually, physically, professionally. Finding growth. So now we started 2018. We're 3 days in. So I want to ask you, what have you done so far to begin that growth in your own life? I've got some people taking on this nutrition challenge, this case study, whatever you want to call it. And I'm taking on one myself. Not the same nutrition plan that I'm providing to the participants, but I'm doing something completely different, something I'm not quite sure that I agree with yet in principle and theory, but with the knowledge, with the education that I have in nutrition and dieting and weight cutting and sports and all that kind of stuff, I like to experiment, try different things, see what works. See what works in different situations, what different stages of my life, how certain setbacks are affected by diet, nutrition. So what I'm doing is I'm taking on the Carnivore Challenge. January has been dictated as World Carnivore Month. You may have heard on the Joe Rogan Experience, what I'm sure many of you listen to, Dr. Shawn Baker, orthopedic surgeon, was a field surgeon over in Afghanistan, over in the war and that kind of stuff. He is a proponent of the 100% carnivore diet, no plants, no fruits, no anything but meat. Now, there's people that do the keto diet, which is a variation of this, but they still involve some greens, some nuts, some things like that. Dr. Baker, his philosophy is 100% meat 100% of the time. And when I've spoken with him, and it's not just a combination of meats, for him it is 99% red meat with just a little bit of eggs thrown in there, some bacon on occasion, that kind of stuff. 99% red meat. If you follow some of his Periscope chats or his Instagram and whatnot and his pictures, he's eating 2 12-ounce ribeyes for breakfast, maybe a meal in the evening post-workout. He's putting away 4 to 6 pounds of red meat a day. He's got a very low body fat percentage. For a 50-year-old, he's extremely athletic, extremely in shape. So there's definitely some anecdotal evidence that maybe this works. So that's what I'm trying. Never done anything quite like this before. I've tried a little bit of keto here and there. Didn't much buy into it for the fact that there was too many gray areas. I was adding in too much fat, too much avocado mayo, too many things that I didn't feel were nutritionally sound in high doses. So I'm more on the lean, clean, and green type nutritional plan ongoing. Not a diet, but a lifestyle. Lean meats, healthy, raw, natural greens, nothing processed, nothing boxed, just all clean, whole foods. So that's the general way of eating that my family subscribes to, and it works. It has worked very well for me. But I wanted to experience some growth in knowledge, and some growth in physical capabilities. And I thought, maybe this Carnivore Challenge might bring just that to me. It's not easy. I'm 3 days in, and I'm telling you, it's not easy. Granted, in the first day, I lost about 6 pounds, and that was after putting in about 3.5 pounds of ground beef, an 8-ounce filet, half a pound of bacon within a day, and I still lost 6 pounds. Day 2, I lost about 1.5 pounds, again, eating about 3 to 4 pounds of seasoned ground beef, 70-30 ground beef, so not your lean cuts even, your fatty ground beef. And I had a little bit of chicken last night, some probably, 10 to 12 ounces of pan-fried chicken. Not fried, just plain boneless, skinless chicken breast, sauteed in some of that bacon fat in the copper pan. But I lost another 1.5 pounds. Now, granted, early on, a lot of this is likely from the flushing out of the Christmas season wine and sugar. Now, I let myself slip. I posted this on the video a while back that even myself with the knowledge, tools, and the know-how, I let myself slip, not intentionally, but the fact that I know I've got the tools to be able to cut the weight when I need it, get back to square one, and be in perfectly fine shape. Because I know that in the back of my head, I will occasionally let myself fall off the wagon with food, and it starts to snowball. And it definitely did that this year, to an extent that I'm not proud of. I probably put on 20 pounds in the last 1.5 months of not quality weight. Not all terrible, because I've been lifting pretty hard, but not quality. And during the holiday season, I really enjoyed the spirits. No, I'm not pounding beers and pounding drinks or going to bars, but, some eggnog here and there, and definitely red wine during the holiday season. That's kind of a vice. So, granted, a lot of this early weight loss in the first 3 days is probably just cutting all that out. Nothing but water and black coffee, and then nothing but meat. No sugars, no processed, no carbs, no anything. So my body's just ridding itself of that. But my point being is that I'm trying to impact growth in my life, but I'm hitting challenges. I'm hitting challenges already. One, it makes my jaw hurt. Eating that much steak, eating that much ground beef chicken, it hurts my jaw. It's not the normal thing to sit for 10, 15 minutes and just put down 3-4 pounds of ground beef until I'm full, because that's the principle of this diet. You don't have to eat 5-6 meals a day like most nutrition plans tell you. You eat as much as you need to eat until you're full, and then you don't eat again until you're hungry. If it's not for another day, if it's not for a day and a half, that's fine. You don't eat. And I'll admit, in 3 days, it has completely kicked my hunger. I ate last night probably 7:30, my last meal. Today, didn't even feel the need to eat anything until 12:30. And even then, admittedly, I kind of forced myself to eat something, at which point I ate about 2 pounds of grilled chicken. But it's challenging. The eating part is challenging. To put that much food, and even mentally, I'm not used to that. It's a mental block to trust the process, to put that much food in at one time. Something that goes against everything that I know and believed in about portion size, about timing of meals, about what should be on my plate. So mentally, it's a challenge to trust the process. And that's the big thing that I wanted to discuss with you guys, especially you guys participating in the challenge with me. You've looked at the meal plan. You probably saw some stuff on there that you didn't quite know what it was, or some of the portions may have seemed off or small, or maybe the whole thing seemed a little boring, which it is, but it's effective. So trust the process. It may look odd. It may not be anything you've done before. It may seem weird or bland or dumb. But as I stated before on recordings, and also in the email that I sent all you guys with the nutrition plans that I created for each of you, every item on that meal plan, every portion, every vitamin, whatever it might be, is there for a purpose. Every item on that menu, on that shopping list, has a very specific purpose. So in order for it to be successful, for you to impact that change in your life, for you to break through that barrier, that plateau of weight loss or health that you've been stuck on, you need to trust the process. Trust in me that what I'm providing you is good, sound, scientifically proven nutrition. And I'm reading the 4-Pack Revolution. It's very much in line with the principles that Chael P. wrote about. Fantastic book, by the way. It will be a New York Times bestseller. It's actually book number 1 in a book club that I'm in, so pretty psyched about that. But trust the process. It's there for a reason. It's not just pulled out of thin air. So when we want to get growth in our life, when we want to impact change, when we want to grow, become better, become more experienced, be more successful, there is going to be an initial challenge mentally of getting uncomfortable, of throwing out our own personal biases and trusting the process. The change that we're trying to make may seem out of whack with our prior experience, with our prior knowledge. The logic may not seem there for us based on our prior experience, based on our emotional memories, our emotional responses. But sometimes you have to trust the process. If you want to be successful, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable, be willing to go against your own grain, and get outside of the box. I find that all the time in business. I fail as much, if not far more, than I succeed. But it's in those failures that I learn, that I grow in knowledge, that I grow in experience. And I take those failures, I take those to my mentors, to my colleagues, to people that I confide in, that I trust, that I look up to. And they always come back with the same message. You've got to trust the process. Invest in yourself, invest in your future, trust the process. Whether it's monetarily in business, like I do as business owner, whether it's sweat equity in the gym as somebody trying to get healthy, whether it's spending a little more on healthy, clean, raw foods to put in your kitchen, to lose weight, to eat healthier, to change your life. Be willing to be uncomfortable. Be willing to trust the process. Now, this is just the first of many conversations we're going to have in 2018 about personal growth, about change, about obstacles, hurdles, overcoming them, about finding success. And the first that we will get through is our mental block. Once we get past the mental block and we accept that what we're doing can work, will work, has worked, that's step one. Trust the process. Ignore your prior feelings, your prior inhibitions. Believe in yourself and believe in those that you've told that you believe in. You believe in me. You've asked me for that nutritional help. I've provided you these plans. So trust in me. Trust in yourself. Trust the process. Can't wait to get back with you guys again soon. This is Brother Sin. This has been Beyond the Truth.
This is Beyond the Truth.